The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi. Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
With this announcement, 17 of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, representing 80% of the branded drug market, have now agreed to sell their drugs to American patients at the lowest prices anywhere in the world. We're going to have the lowest prices in the world. This will result in the largest drop in prescription drug prices in the history of the United States of America. I mean, it should be front page news, but it won't be.
Welcome, my friends, to the Thursday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour, the fastest hour in American media. That was President Trump at the Oval Office today. He had another. This was quite the amazing day over there. And by the way, yes, already prescription drug prices are going down. We don't see the stories about it, but he is pressing for more affordability, and that's what the event was about, affordability in healthcare at the White House today. He talked about that. He also talked about bringing on, they have, in this administration, reduced the amount of time it takes to get drugs through the FDA. And Carlos, that second cut I sent you from Trump, it's a little bit longer, but he talked about the impact of that, and I want you to listen to that here also at the White House.
Today, I'm also announcing that the FDA has just approved a new drug from Regeneron called Otarmany, a gene therapy curing a rare disease that causes deafness. You know, people are totally deaf, and it's amazing. I've seen some work on it. It's actually hard to believe. We're going to talk about it in a minute. Normally, cures for rare diseases can cost millions of dollars, and really the results aren't that good. But in this case, I'm pleased to say that Regeneron will be giving this away for free for a period of time, for free. And here with us is 2-year-old Travis Smith. He was born deaf. Was he totally deaf? Pretty much, right?
100%.
Wow. This is 100%. He was 100% deaf, but he took this miracle cure, and now he can hear his mom, Sierra, say, "I love you." And Sierra, could you maybe say a few words? That's really incredible.
It's absolutely incredible. Regeneron works miracles. He didn't know his name. He couldn't hear me tell him how much I love him. And now with Regeneron and this amazing surgery, he can listen to music, and he loves it, and he loves to dance, and he loves instruments, and I'm so proud of him. He's been so brave through all of this. And now he can hear, and he has a bright future ahead of him, and I'm so thankful to everybody on the Regeneron team.
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, even the fake news has to be impressed with this.
Yeah, fake news isn't impressed with much. President Trump, that one really struck a nerve with me because, of course, watching Rush Limbaugh do his radio show with the help of cochlear implants for most of his syndicated career, which is just amazing to me, and wondering if this kind of drug and these kind of drugs that are coming up now will help with gene or related. His was like an immune system thing that caused his deafness. But I wonder if it's in the same, I don't know, whether it's in the same sort of field as this new drug, Regeneron, that the president was just talking about. But anyway, this is great news, and it will not receive a lot of coverage, as it does not. Now, on today's program, ladies and gentlemen, I want to dive a little bit deeper into this the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Leadership deal, because this is a huge story. And it's huge in that for decades now, the news media has treated Republicans that have objected to what liberals do as kooks and as crazies. So when Charlottesville happened, for instance, and you had people online saying, look, there's something wrong here, this is like a false flag operation, they're totally ignored. They were totally ignored and, in fact, reviled for those remarks. And then you remember Joe Biden and the mainstream media took out of context Trump's words and said pretty much that Trump was saying that the white supremacists were fine people. And that's not at all what he was saying. And it was twisted out of words for political gain. People objected to that. They weren't heard against this giant mainstream media machine that is built to set the narratives of political discourse in America. Well, now this story represents, and other stories that are happening, represent a dent in the armor of the narrative. The SPLC has been regarded by conservatives for years as a rogue organization because they were used politically to demean conservative groups, including Moms for Liberty, including Turning Point USA, including a host of others. Anytime a conservative activist group started organizing and going before the public to press their point of view, in many cases, they were demonized. And you remember, please remember, that it didn't just happen with the SPLC labeling them help. It happened inside the administration. It happened during the Obama administration with the IRS and with Lois Lerner and others, pretty much targeting conservative activist groups and going to war against them. It happened, and it continued to happen with debanking of conservatives. It continued and continues to happen. And this is the first time in a case that can be, if these alleged charges are proven, without a doubt, an indication of just how this war against American conservatives has been waged from the left. Let's go to cut one, Kash Patel, who was, by the way, targeted by another left-wing publication, The Atlantic, this month, right before this announcement came out. The timing on it, trust me. Well, you don't have to trust me, but the timing on it, to me, was suspect. And I said it earlier this week. I recognize a political hit when I see one. I've been doing this a long time. And this Atlantic article was a political hit on Kash Patel. Now, when I say political hit, I don't mean to say that every piece of reporting in it is false. There could be some truth to some things. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know everything about Kash Patel's life, that I know he wouldn't do or would do certain things. I don't know. But what I do know is that this was a hit. It was a designed publication with a specific goal in mind to discredit him. And whether he deserves discrediting or not, I'm not saying. But this is a hit. And I said it's a hit. And the day that I started talking about it's a hit, within hours, we got, in fact, during the show, as the indictments came out and we started learning about it, I said, now I understand why Atlantic was hitting Kash Patel.